Hello, hello. We are going to read the new chapter of One Piece. Here at the start, we see a nice little spread advertising the new movie, which I actually saw yesterday. I saw yesterday, 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. Yeah, today was Tuesday, right? Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. 2 days ago on Sunday, I went to go see this in full IMAX glory at a local theater, and I don't know, it's pretty sweet. It's like kind of like a musical movie, pretty trippy and surreal at points. Kind of interesting production to kind of bring out that more dreamlike quality, which is exciting. Good cameos and cast of characters. A lot of people that we've never really seen too much in action before. Getting some spotlight moments, which is exciting, especially a lot of dudes in Shanks' crew. As you can imagine, there's a big focus on that. Plus, a lot of people that haven't been seen since their arc hasn't done so much recently. Getting to see all of them highlighted was a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. It was all right. It was nothing mind blowing. It wasn't kind of up to the heights reached by the manga's storytelling, but the visual spectacle was there, which was phenomenal on the big IMAX screen. So I can't complain. I had a lot of fun. It's weird to me though that in this cover page thing here, they're showing Gear 5 Luffy. He doesn't do that. he maybe kind of sort of almost does at one point. Spoilers, I guess, but not really. Which makes sense because this movie takes place before Wano. Does it take place before Wano? Because Jinbei's there. I don't know. It takes place in like an impossible slot in the timeline. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah, good times, good times. Check it out if you can. Let's get into the chapter itself. This chapter is called Six Vegapunks. So here we're seeing the upper layer. Oh boy. So they're just having like a nice chat with Caribou, who I guess is kind of their bud now, even though you helped our captain in Wano. Thanks. Get off now. It's funny, like Zoro often takes these kind of heartless roles, where he's the one that finally gives somebody the boot, gives somebody to them straight. But Brook is kind of weirdly a good accessory for these types of scenarios. He also, it's not that he's heartless, although he literally doesn't have a heart, ho ho ho. But he's just sort of like bemused by situations to the extent that he's sort of like, I don't know. I don't care. Some slime man. He's got the mud fruit. I don't know. See ya. Yeah, I mean, Caribou, not a good guy. This is what he deserves, to end up on a government island. Very likely to get captured by some government-affiliated source. He deserves nothing more than that. So this is our hanging out on the ship crew. Then we have a crew headed for the lab. The stair. It's kind of fun because the world of One Piece is such a weird technological mismatch. Like they have televisions and projectors and cell phones and stuff, kind of, but like not really. They have computers, kind of, but not really. But I don't think they have escalators. And the fact that Usopp is getting as freaked out about escalators as anything else is really funny to me. This island power source is fire. Fire can be converted into all types of energy. A lot of natural resources here. Research what can be burned for energy. Thought if only there was a such thing as an undying flame, we could create our own sun. Nuclear power? Harnessing the power of the sun, which is just a gigantic nuclear oven, constantly enacting fusion by smushing together hydrogen and helium atoms and using the excess amount of energy left over to cause a gigantic chain reaction of such fusions that won't burn out for billions of years. Cool. Wait, is that true? Billions of years? Yeah, I think the sun is going to last a couple billion years. Right? I'm not sure. It's been around for over a billion years. Anyways. Lilith, walk through, ignore your eyes. Hmm. So this is another thing, just like the big holograms that the other half of the crew was seeing, where I think it's like it can be a functional door for unauthorized things like other holograms or robots or like other functions of the lab. But for humans, it's nothing. For humans not wearing any of that equipment, it's just nothing. Okay. Vegapunk. Edison. Alright, alright. Another one of the 6. Time to look for the treasure of the future. What treasure is that? Flowers. Future kick. Ooh, okay. Jimbei's son, one of the Seraphim. So the Seraphim are 100% confirmed now to be modeled after the Shichibukai. It feels like Bonnie's power, it's not just the coincidence that she's here, that the government's always after her, that she was captured by the government at some point before this, before breaking out and was seen, on the run during the Marijois little expedition before the Reverie. It's like some combination of pastafista technology and Bonnie's de-aging powers. For some reason, they got this young clone robot thing for all of the pacifista, or all of the Shichibukai, right? And it's like they crossed it with like Lunarian blood too, with like the red skin and the flames and the wings. Possibility 4. It's a pacifista. Uh-oh. Did Vegapunk trick them? Brought them into this spot where they thought the Seraphim will wipe them out? I don't think it's that simple, though. I don't know. Maybe Vegapunk Edison is that kind of jerk. But some of the other ones seemed friendly enough. Okay. I know that power. Whose power is that? That looks familiar. Who is it that could swim around in anything? Wasn't there some, like, swim fruit? The power to swim around in anything? Oh. Jinbei attacks. Nami still has Zeus, by the way. This was something else we were discussing in the context of the movie, because Nami has Zeus in the movie. And it was like, did Nami lose Zeus after Wano because Big Mom is dead? And so all the stuff that she enshrined all her homies, all the stuff she gave her soul to bring to life, are also dead? But evidently not. Evidently Nami still has Zeus. So does that mean that Big Mom is alive, or that that's not how that works? I don't know. Okay, Sanji jumps in, saves her. Big hacky-fied kick. Giant naked Robin, as always. The woman of our dreams. So here, he grabs some of this water that he's, like, creating and swimming around in. He's going to use a Fishman karate attack, characteristic of Jinbei. Okay. I like here we're getting a little team fight, see all the Straw Hats in action. It's been a while since we have this sort of straightforward, everybody's trying to feel out how to deal with a tough opponent. I like here how they've fuzzied the power levels a little bit by making it seem like, okay, yeah, this Jinbei, Seraphim, whatever, is very, very strong, but they're also very hesitant to fight it because it looks like Jinbei and because they don't understand what's going on. So it's not like they're going totally full out, Ooh. So here's Edison Vegapunk. I love this design. I love all the Vegapunk designs. They're so creative. They're so crazy. I think any other mangaka, if they thought, okay, I'm gonna have my like super genius scientist character split into a bunch of different bodies, they would be like, yeah, they're androids, so logically he would kind of use the same design each time. They're gonna be different. They're just kind of like different numbers on their head or whatever. No, 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 no. They're different in every single dimension one could imagine. And in the end, that makes more sense because it's like they're all specialized. They're all doing something different. He's got the kanji for idea, I think. Idea or thinking on his little emblem there. Shot a laser. Who is that guy? So it looks like Edison's plan here was just to test them out. Like, I don't think he was necessarily trying to wipe out the Straw Hats. Pretty jerk move regardless, but it seems like this was more a fact-finding mission than this is the best way to take them out. Because I assume if they wanted to, they could have deployed a lot more weapons directly at the Straw Hats. And Lilith, insane, intense as always. I thought of a new invention. Whoa, Pythagoras! It's a stabby! Wow! Pythagoras the Wise. And his kanji is like, it's the wa and reiwa? No, it's the rei and reiwa. It means like peace, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm getting mixed up. Maybe I'm talking out of my behind. I'm pretty sure. It looks something like that. But yeah, I think it's supposed to mean like peace or something. I like this design a lot too. It's sort of similar to Edison. It's just like the big version of Edison. But it's clear that it has like different functions and stuff. Pythagoras, what a great name drop. What a genius. A mathematical genius of the ancient times. Responsible for so many of our fundamental discoveries about geometry. I love the big wind-up key in his head too. Gotta do the eating for me, York. Gotta do the eating for me. Huh? So this one, York, just eats non-stop. BMI over 600. What? How is that helpful? Is that good? Bloodline elements are recorded in individuals' experiences. Possible approach to issues caused by the growth acceleration. Pulse BPM of 90. More green blood. What the heck? Need to use the bathroom, but I can't waste the time. So York goes and uses the bathroom instead? And becomes super slim? And super cute? Nah, she was always cute. What am I saying? She just became a different kind of cute. Huh? So there's one that like handles all the bodily functions for all 6, it seems, but the rest of them can feel the effects. And here we see Pythagoras is just a tiny little thing in the head, and the rest is just a suit it's made to walk around in. Digestion punch. Yeah. York's 4th EPS cycle. Eat, poop, sleep. Eat, poop, sleep. All it is is Pythagoras. Pro Edison's experiment. 88th simulation room. I love all these like little assistant guys. The assist tabby. Amazing. And then there's this Daft Punk looking MFer. Shaka. Shaka the Good. Number 1. York the Greedy. So they all have some sort of function, and then they all have some sort of emotional drive. So what are the other ones again? I'm trying to remember. Atlas was like the strong. Lilith was like the evil or something. Pythagoras is the wise, and Edison is the thinker. Okay. So this one is the closest we've seen to like the real one. I love this design, by the way. Something about him just being like less nonsense. The Daft Punk helmet and stuff. It reminds me of Bondrewd, I think. That's the vibe I'm getting. Even though I feel like his personality is going to be very different than Bondrewd. Why can't I pull these shoes off the floor? Okay. It's just any pirates. Yes, I am also Vegapunk. Am I Vegapunk? I don't look like the future to you. Mega CV so outside, Vega Force 1, Island Zero System, this place is the super future. Sure. Gotta be enemies. This place is the past. Whoa. If I told you that Egghead wasn't the only one, there was once a kingdom just as highly advanced as this that actually existed 900 years ago. Would you believe me? Whoa! Void Century! Oh, goodness. Okay, that's it. That's a big reveal. That's a mystery that's been teased since the very start. This explains a lot. This explains why the ancient weapons, especially Pluton? Yeah, Pluton, which is like a warship, was able to be built so long ago when it seems to have, technology far surpassing most of the warships today. Same with Neptune? The one that attacked the island from the sky, most likely. The one that removed that island from the map. This is crazy. So this is, kind of a trope. Stuff like Castle in the Sky, Nausicaa to some extent. I don't know why I'm immediately just going to Ghibli. But this idea of lost ancient technology that was suppressed by an evil totalitarian dictatorship force, i.e. the world government. I'm not too shocked. It's a very interesting direction to go. It makes this Lost Kingdom super spicy. This is the Lost Kingdom of D, I'm pretty sure. That its lineage includes all such people with D in their middle names. Once a kingdom just as highly advanced as actually existed 900 years ago. Would you believe me? Ooh, we're gonna learn so much. Ooh, could even have a flashback. A full-on flashback. What's interesting, though, is that it kind of seems like there's two aesthetic build-ups for this past. That everything up until this point, we kind of pictured, or at least I did, this sort of Lost Kingdom as being kind of more of a anarchist, primitive utopia where freedom was paramount and people were having wild adventures and deep, beautiful friendships, and there wasn't anything regimented, there wasn't anything, there was no hierarchies, there's no control, but instead it was just this beautiful, free, naive, naturalistic expanse, right? That brought everyone so much joy and love and stuff. That kind of seems to be the attitude of, Joy Boy. And the idea that Roger saw this, whatever it is at Raftel, some encapsulation of the past, and laughed, right? Kind of speaks to that. And then the idea that, it's super technologically advanced. And there's robots and mechs and all sorts of crazy technology. Anything is possible in that regard. It's they're not actually incompatible, and the more I kind of think about it, the more cool the synthesis of those two seem. But it seems very aesthetically mismatched. Take Luffy's Gear 5. That's him turning into an ancient folklore character, right? That's him. It's all these sorts of aesthetics around the Monkey King and stuff, right? It speaks to something mythical and primeval. And then super ancient, hyper advanced technology speaks to something kind of completely different. But I'm not saying this in terms of what bad writing. I'm saying this in terms of ooh, what great writing to see how Oda is going to synthesize these ideas. Oh, this is so exciting. This arc is it took off so quickly, and we're just getting started. I really am excited that like the info is trickling out like this. We're getting some adventure, some info, some combat. It's moving with a really nice balance, and I hope it keeps that up. Yeah, can't wait for more. See you next week. Bye bye.